mother. Same Yashoda who manifested as Shachi Mata and who became the mother of Gaurahari, that Shachi Mata. Uh, so Yashoda, she serves Krishna in the shape of a mother. When Krishna goes to Mathura, Dwarka, she becomes Devaki. When Krishna takes birth in the heavenly planet, she incarnates as Aditi. She's eternal mother. So she always thinks good of her son. Although apparently it may appear that she is giving some trouble to Krishna or she's giving hard time to Krishna, actually she has the best intention in her heart. So her bhakti must be considered the pure bhakti, favorable bhakti. If we don't think that Yashoda's bhakti is pure, then one defect will creep in. That is called avyapti dosh. Avyapti dosh means we are not completely covering the definition of bhakti. But Chanur and Mushtik, what they are doing? Chanur and Mushtik, they are wrestling with Krishna. They are giving so much happiness to Krishna. Krishna is happy with Chanur and Mushtik. But it is not bhakti because they want to kill Krishna. So their bhakti is actually pratikul. It is not anukul. So anyavilasara shunyam jnana karma dhyanavrutam anukullena. It is not anukul. Everything we should do, it should be anukul. Bhakti means we should always do things that are favorable for bhakti and we should always avoid the things which are unfavorable. Bhakti anukula matra karyera svikara bhakti pratikula bhava varjanangikara. Accepting the activities that are favorable for bhakti and rejecting the activities that are unfavorable. We should engage in devotional service. So, that is Sharanagati. So, that is actually Sharanagati. Understand? It is very rare. Don't think that bhakti is very easy. If you have come to bhakti, if you are taking initiation from very high class guru like my Gurudev or Sripad Dandik Maharaj, and under his guidance, or under Guru's guidance, or under guidance of Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Maharaj or Bhakti Gyan Bharati Maharaj, if you are doing bhakti, you are very fortunate. In Yoga Vasishtha, it is very clearly told. Janmantar sahastreshu tapo jnana samadhivi naranam kshina papanam krishne bhakti prajayate. What told? Yoga Vasishtha. Actually, it's a Mayavadi scripture, but it still mentions. After hundreds and thousands of births, performing austerity, cultivating knowledge, and engaging in trance, when the sins have dissipated, one will develop bhakti for Krishna. So you see that how rare is Krishna bhakti. Evam punya hinanam papinam cha kadachidapi na jayati iti daurlabhyam likita. Sinful persons cannot develop bhakti. Yesham tvantagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam drudavrata. Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, those whose sins are dissipated, they will only worship Krishna. So, Janma koti sahastreshu punyam yai samuparjitam tesham bhakti bhave shuddha deva deve janardanam. Deva deve janardanam. Brihadaranyaka Puran, describing one character of one king called Yagyadvaja, it is very clearly told. Those who have performed, accumulated a pious merit for millions and millions of lifetimes, they will develop Shuddha Bhakti for Janardhan, means Krishna. So we should know that Krishna Bhakti is very, very rare. Sulabham Jannavi Snanam Tatha Chathiti Pujanam Sulabha Sarvayajnasya Vishnu Bhakti Sudurlabha Vishnu Bhakti Sudurlabha. Oh, very easy to take bath in Ganges river. You can simply go to the Ganges and you take bath. You can go to Navadvip, you can go Nohar, and you can also go to Prayag. Ganga is flowing there. Kashi, you can go, Ganga is flowing there. You can go to the village of Srila Gurudev, Buxar city. Here also Ganga is flowing there. There are so many ghats. Serving guests, that is also easy. Means guests you can invite them and serve them nicely. Also, engaging in so many types of sacrifices, that is also not so difficult. But Krishna Bhakti is very rare, very, very rare. Not everyone gets a chance to engage in Krishna Bhakti. Millions and millions of people take bath in Kumbh Mela, Ganga river. Easily they take bath, but not all of them are devotees. And if you are a devotee, then you should think yourself very fortunate. So here, so Gangayam Maranam Chaiva Duda Bhaktischa Keshave Brahma Vidya Prabodasya Nalpasya Tapasa Phalam. Obviously, in itihasa, some histories, Shiloncha Vritti Vakya. Shiloncha means actually some devotees, they simply reside by picking up the grains which have fallen. When they harvest grains, there is a season called harvesting. Now this is the season when harvesting is going on. And when they harvest the grains, a lot of grains fall on the ground. And only birds pick them up. So if some devotees pick up those grains and cook them and somehow survive, offering them to Thakurji and survive, that is actually a very high class of livelihood. Not giving trouble to anyone, you are simply picking the grains, discarded grains, understand, which are fallen during the process of harvesting, So when we dehusk the grains, cobs of the grains, then some grains obviously fall on the ground. So in that particular history of a person who actually followed this type of livelihood, it is told that it is very rare that one will get a chance to give up his body in the water of the Ganges. And also, it is considered that very rare to develop fixed devotion in Sri Krishna, Keshava. And also, if someone has developed some knowledge of Siddhanta, if someone has understood some Siddhanta of Jaiva Dharma or Madhurya Kadamini Chaitanya Charitamrita or any high class book of Bhaktivinoda Thakur or Gurudev, then it should be understood that this is not the result of some brief austerity. This is the result of some prolonged austerity which may have spanned so many lifetimes. This is actually a very long process to develop this type of bhakti. This is very rare to get a ability to die near the Ganges river, to develop bhakti, form bhakti, to have some knowledge of Tattva Gyan. So therefore, the scriptures always tell us, Krishna Bhakti very rare, Krishna Bhakti very rare. So here, these bhakti's characteristics, it is been told. It is free from any other desire and it is not covered by knowledge of impersonal Brahman. Means there should not be any desire. Actually, we should pray to Krishna that, oh Krishna, don't grant me any desire. Only grant me one desire, that I will forget how to desire. My forgetfulness of even the ability, my even propensity to desire, you should take it away. This is my only desire. That my only desire is that I should not desire anymore. This is my only desire. Understand? Means nothing. I want to ask you nothing. Whatever condition you put me in, whether it is favorable or unfavorable, I should consider it to be mercy and not even ask for cessation of distress. No. If you want, you are performing a pastime. I am only a puppet in your hand. If you want to put me in severe distress or severe problems, okay, that's also okay with me. I don't mind it. You are just like I'm a puppet in your hands. You can make me dance, like on the Jaladuta prayers, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj wrote like that, Nachaya, Nachaya, Nachaya. Krishna Taba Punya Jade Bhai, Radha Rani Khushi Habe. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he wanted to preach in the Western world Krishna consciousness. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted it. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada wanted it. And Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he actually fulfilled that desire of Guru Parampara, of Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. And then he told Krishna, Krishna tava punya habe bhai. E punya koribe jabe Radha Rani suki habe, Dhruvati bola tu matai. He told that, oh brother, the Supreme Lord Krishna will bestow virtue upon you, but he will do this only when Srimati Radharani first becomes pleased with you. This I surely declare to you. And actually, um, in this particular prayer, he is telling, and all Janus the praise is telling that if you want, oh Lord, make me dance. I am a puppet in your hand. A complete surrender was there. So he had no desire other than satisfaction of Krishna. Sai Maharaj many times he told that Krishna is not very happy. Why is not happy? Because he is missing all the souls who are lamenting in the material world, who are suffering in the material world. I am Krishna, how can he be happy? Because they are all his part and parcel. And that's why he sends the Acharyas. That's why he's sending Srila Gurudev, Sripad Dandi Maharaj, Sripad Anirudh Prabhu. All they are coming because of Krishna has sent them. This is very clear. So, and bhakti should not be covered by knowledge of impersonal Brahma. So, Brahma, impersonal Brahma is also, we should not try to cultivate the knowledge of impersonal Brahma. Actually, Prabhupada Saraswati Pad, he was uncle of Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and he wrote this Chaitan Chidamrit. And he, in that, he makes a prayer actually. And he prays, Kriya Saktan Dhik Dhik Vikat Tapaso Dhik Chayavina Dhigastu Brahmaham Badana Parifullan Jadamatim Kimetan Shochamo Vishera Samattan Narapashunna Keshachit Leshopi Milito Aha Gauramaduna. Oh, fire on those who are only attached to karma. Vikat Tapaso, those engaged in intense austerities, fire on them. Dikcha Yamina, and those who follow this Ashtanga Yoga also, fire on them. Because they are not tasted even one drop of nectar emanating from the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are not got that taste. So impersonal Brahma is very boring. And also by the daily and periodic duties outlined in the Smriti Shastras or by renunciation. Also, there are some duties which are outlined in the Smriti Shastras. Like you perform this Shraddha, you will go to the planet of the forefathers, Pitru Loka. You do this duty, then you will go to the heavenly planet. If you do this particular ritual, then you will go to Satya Loka, Jana Loka. But as they call it in America, yo-yo. Yo-yo means like, goes up, comes down. Goes up, comes down, Traividya mam somapa puta papa yadnai varishtra sarganti prarthayante te punyamasadya surendra lokam ashnandi divyanti vidivya bhogan te tam bhuktva sargalokam vishanam shine punye margalokam vishanti. When your pious merit is finished, you are thrown down again. You cannot enjoy permanently in the heavenly planet. So therefore, you should not hanker for that also. What about renunciation? Vairagya? Vairagya is actually not our aim and object. Our bhakti should not be covered by Vairagya. Don't try to be renounced. But rather engage in bhakti. Automatically renunciation will come. Artificial renunciation will not do. Understand? We should not try to do artificial renunciation. Understand? Or Falgu Vairagya. Like Gurudev tells a story of a person who used to fast on Ekadashi Nirjal. But then he used to take a dip in the Ganges water and used to drink some water underneath the surface of the water. Not anyone would know that he has drunk water. And again he would come out of taking the dip and he used to say, I am doing Nirjal Ekadashi. But one day he was stealthily, hidden manner, he went underneath the surface of the Ganges and he drank a lot of water. And one fish with thorns all over the body got stuck in his throat. Then he was screaming, oh, oh, oh. He was trying to actually spit out the and vomit the fish, but fish got badly stuck in his neck because the fish has thorns. So then everyone was able to catch his duplicity, that he is pretending to do Nirjala Ekadashi, but actually was drinking water underneath the surface. So we don't have to be. We should not say that I am very detached, I am renounced this and that. No, but rather do bhakti, automatically renunciation will come. It's a byproduct. Understand? Bhakti is not. Um, Bhakti should not be covered by renunciation or yoga. Someone is doing so much Harinam, Ekadashi, this, that, but his aim and object is to get Vishnu Savich. Then he is actually, the Ashtanga Yoga's aim is also to become merged in Vishnu. So, what is the difference between Bhakti Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga? Our aim should not be to merge in Vishnu. Or Sankhya philosophy or any other philosophy should not cover Bhakti. Our aim should not be Swarga, which is the aim of the karmis, ritualistic persons, those who follow blind rituals. Or we don't want to merge in impersonal light of Krishna. That is actually the destination of the Gyanis. We don't want eight mystic perfections, like to be lighter than air. Uh, that is the desire for the uh, Ashtanga Yogi. Bhakti that is imbued with such characteristics is first found in the sadhan practices of a Madhyam Vaishnava, and it extends up to the stages of Bhava and Prema. The only characteristic in the bhakti of the Kanishta is that of service to the deity with faith. Hmm. So Kanishta Adhikari means he has faith in the deity. Um, One worships deity very nicely. That is also very good. At least he has faith in deity. But many religions don't have faith in deity, like Christianity, Islam. Sri Madhvacharya, he actually installed a very wonderful deity in Udupi. Actually, what happened? He was sitting on the bank of ocean, in the shore of ocean in Malpe beach, and he saw one ship coming nearby. The ship was not able to got stuck, I think, in the sand and all. It cannot come out of that sand, and also it was about to sink also. But somehow he stabilized. He simply shook his cloth, and some favorable wind manifested, and that ship didn't sink, but rather was able to sail properly. So the captain of the ship said to Madhvacharya that by your mercy my ship didn't sink. Somehow you kept ship afloat by your power, by waving your cloth. So I want to give you some charity. So Madhvacharya said, nothing I want from you, but he insisted you should take something in charity from me. He said, there's a huge block of Gopi Chandan on your ship. So please give me that block of Gopi Chandan. When Madhvacharya took that block of Gopi Chandan, and from inside that block of Gopi Chandan manifested one wonderful deity of Krishna. That Kadgola Krishna, and Krishna holding the churning stick of Mother Yashoda. This was the form Krishna had shown to Devaki, because Devaki told Krishna in Dwarka that I missed all of your pastimes. Can you show me the form which you manifested in Vrindavan or in Gokul? Will I be fortunate to see that form even once? Then Krishna immediately assumed that form of a small child holding the churning stick of Mother Yashoda. What is the meaning of holding the churning stick? Oh mother, I am very hungry. Please feed me breast milk. But Krishna is very smart. If he holds the rope which he used for churning, his hands may get scratched. But he held the stick itself, churning a stick itself. So Mother Yashoda cannot churn anymore and she has to breastfeed him. So when Madhvacharya, he installed a deity, and he was carrying that deity to the temple, and that time he was chanting this particular song, where he glorifies Bhagavan, his mercy and the deity. So Madhvacharya taught us how to do deity worship. What was the song? Vandito Sheshavandoru Vrindarakam Chandana Charchito Danavi Namsakam Indira Chanchala Pankani Rajitam Mandarodhari Vruttodbhuja Bhoginam Prinayamo Vasudevam Devata Mandala Khanda Mandanam Prinayamo Vasudevam Prinayamo Vasudevam. This is a very wonderful song. I worship Vasudeva. This is a conversation between Lord Brahma and his four mental born sons, four Kumaras. These four Kumaras were told by Lord Brahma, please get married, but they refused to get married. They said, we don't want to get married, we don't want to get into that entanglement. So Brahma said, you are not getting married because you are young now, 5-year-old, but when you become 15 or 16, you may want to get married. So why not get married now? Then they said, we have fallen in love with Vasudev. We never want to get married. We are very happy with bhakti of. So this particular conversation is going on, and Madhvacharya is singing this, carrying the deity. सृष्टि संहार लीला विलासाततम पुष्टशात गुण्य सद विग्रहोल्लासिनम दुष्ट निशेष संहार कर्मोद्यतम हृष्ट पुष्टात् शिष्ट प्रजा संश्रयम प्रीणयामो वासुदेवम देवता मंडला खंड मंडनम प्रीणयामो वासुदेवम प्रीणयामो वासुदेवम. Actually, here the word Vasudeva means Brajanandan Shyamsundar Krishna. Vasudeva doesn't mean that son of Vasudeva Maharaj, but actually it also means son of Nanda Maharaj. Because you know that inside the body of Nanda Maharaj, one particular Vasu, Drona Vasu had entered to release Krishna's pastimes. Drona Vasu and his wife Dhara, they were very much inclined to have wanted to see Krishna's childhood pastime. So they prayed, did intense austerities, and they pleased Lord Brahma. And Brahma gave them benediction that you will uh, you will have Krishna as your son. So therefore, but no one can become Krishna's father very easily. Krishna is the son of only Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. So in order to release the pastimes, they entered the body of Nanda and Yashoda respectively. Drona, the Vasu by the name Drona, Vasu means actually the deity of fire, Agni Abhimani Devata. And he entered the body of Nanda Maharaj and his wife Yashoda. Her body, Druna's wife, entered Dhara. And they released Krishna's pastimes. So, deity, you can see in Udupi that deity is there. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that deity, he was dancing ecstatically. And he told that very wonderful deity. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very, very happy to see that deity. So that's why in our Sampradaya we worship two-arm form of Krishna, not the four-arm form of Krishna. Gopis are not attracted to the four-arm form. They are only attracted to the two-arm form. Gopinam Pashupendra Nandana Jusham Bhavasakastam Dhrutim Vidnyatam Kshamate Duruha Padavim Sancharina Prakriyam. Gopis are only attracted to the two-arm form, not the four-arm form. So when we worship the deity of two-arm Krishna, then special emotions manifest in our heart. Understand? So we should always worship two-arm form of Krishna. Two-arm form. There's one book actually. There's a book called Sri Krishna Vijay. Krishna Vijay. And the author of this book is called Sri Gunaraj Khan. Khan means not Muslim, but actually he was a Vaishnava only. But he had this title, special title Khan. He wrote the line, Nanda Nandan Krishna Mora Pranadhan. Nandanand Krishna, son of Nanda Maharaj, Krishna is the Lord of my life. Quoted in Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 15.100. And for this utterance, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sold himself forever into the hands of Shri Gunraj Khan's descendants. Why? Then would he not sell himself to the parampara of those disciples and grand disciples for whom Nandan Nartak Gopal is their most wonderful Lord. Understand? So Madhvacharya accepted that deity, Nartak Gopal. Nartak Gopal means he is actually dancing. Nandanandan. And so, if anyone will accept Brajanandan Samsundar Krishna, then what will happen? Um, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be very pleased with him. That's why deity worship is very much important. We should not ignore the deity worship. So now, such a person does not have the characteristics of Uttama Bhakti, namely Anyavilasita Shunya. Anyavilasita Shunya means the characteristic of Uttam Bhakti. Freedom from ulterior motives, Jnana Karma Dhyanavruta. Freedom from the coverings of impersonal knowledge and fruitive action. And Anukulyana, Krishnanushirana, consummate endeavors to serve Krishna in a favorable mood. A Kanishta is considered to have become a Madhyam Vaishnava and a genuine Bhakta when Bhakti with these symptoms manifest in his heart. So you see that it's forward and reverse. Both motions are possible. We have to be very careful. We should not think that before I was Kanishta, now I have become Madhyam. Now I can criticize any Vaishnava, commit offense to anyone, I will remain Madhyam till my death. That is not true. Because if you commit an aparad, then what will happen? You will actually fall down. Suppose this book will tell Madhuri Kadambini and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu also it is explained that if you are on the stage of bhava, very elevated stage, spontaneous love, and you commit offenses, very severe offenses, then your bhava will reduce. It will become bhava bhavs. Understand? Suppose you commit an offense, you have achieved the mood of a conjugal lover of Krishna. You have achieved the mood of parental. Then if you commit offense, and if it is medium degree of offense, then your conjugal attachment will become parental affection. It will come down. And if you have committed offense at a parental affection level, then it will become Sakhyaras, male of friendship with Krishna. And if you have committed a like medium type of offense, then your attachment in mood of fraternity, friendship, it will become mood of servitorship. You will be demoted, understand? You will be demoted. Like in one particular state in India, there is one, excuse me, there is one particular state in India, Uttar Pradesh. There one particular police officer was caught taking bribe and he was immediately demoted to just become a sergeant or something, lower level. So that may also happen. Bhakti also that is possible. Like if you properly serve Krishna, Gurudev, Vaishnavas without offense, you will advance. You will go to the higher stages of bhakti. If you are on Shraddha, you will go to Nishtha. If you are in Nishtha, you will go to Ruchi. If you are in Ruchi, you will go to Asakti. And like that. You will make rapid progress. But if you offend Vaishnavas, even if you are on the stage of Bhava, you will fall down. It is very rare that a devotee on the stage of Bhava will commit a Vaishnava aparadha. It is not possible. But even if he does so, what to speak of anyone on the stage of Bhava? Even someone like Lord Shiva, Shiva never commits any Vaishnava aparadha. But if someone says some person is as good as Shiva, and if he commits a Vaishnava aparadha, still he will fall down. Understand? So we should be very careful of Vaishnava aparadha. So Kanishta Adhikari can become a Madhyam Vaishnava and a genuine Bhakta when Bhakti with these symptoms manifest in his heart. Prior to this stage, he is a Prakruta Bhakta, which means that he is only a semblance of Bhakta, Bhakta Abhas, or a semblance of Vaishnava, Vaishnava Abhas. For example, I put tilak, nice kanthi mala, and very nice dress, and Haribol, I am saying. But if I am not interested in serving pure Vaishnavas, I am not interested in Harikatha, I am only chanting just to attract people and get respect from them, then I am only a Vaishnava Abhas. I am only a semblance of a Vaishnava. I am not really Vaishnava. Understand? So the word Krishnanushila refers to prema, love for Krishna, And it is qualified by the word anukullena. We should try to develop love for Krishna. Understand? This refers to those things that are favorable to Krishna Prema, namely friendship with the bhaktas, mercy towards the ignorant. We should have the friendship with the bhaktas, don't have friendship with the non-devotees. Sometimes we do have non-devotee friends, but we should keep that friendship to minimal, to day-to-day dealings or for business purpose only. We should never discuss our heart with the non-devotees. Understand? We should only intimately associate with the devotees, have very deep, intimate friendship with the devotees. And we should have mercy towards the ignorant. That is very, very important. Daya. The topmost quality of a Madhyamadikari Vaishnava is Daya. He is very kind. He is very merciful to all the living entities. Like Sripad Dandi Maharaj. I have seen innumerable examples that he has helped, including myself. Uh, that in so many conditions, unmentionable conditions, he always came forward to help me. Uh, and I give an example that once we did not have Navadvip temple, and so Gurudev decided to carry on. We had separated that time from Devanand Gaudiya Mutt, and we decided to perform for the first time separate parikrama. So Srila Gurudev told Premananda Prabhuji to establish a very big pandal. It was a very tall pandal because temple building was not ready. So where will devotees sleep and where the programs will be held? So under that pandal, Srila Gurudev used to give class. 1 or 2 days it was just fine. But one particular day, there was a very immense storm and great speed wind was blowing and that uprooted our tent. Understand? I was also living in a room under that tent, someplace. That time I had not taken sannyas. And then Sripad Dandi Maharaj, I saw him and I knew him from New York and also from Washington DC. So I told Maharaj that Maharaj, I have no place to sleep now because I was under the tent, but tent is uprooted. So Maharaj said, why don't you come to my room? I have a room with Bangalore devotees. Then I went there and I slept there. Then that particular year only, after a couple of days, I was given sannyas by Srila Gurudev. Sripad Dandi Maharaj also was given sannyas the same year. So you see that his mercy is always there. He's always helping devotees, taking care of their health. So many devotees came to him with sickness. Then he arranged for them medical help and tried to get them right. Because he sees that the Vaishnavas are part and parcel of Krishna, Gurudev. They are representatives of Gurudev. So by serving Vaishnavas, Sripad Dandi Maharaj always feels that Krishna is pleased. So he's very particular about, in Corona time, Sripad Dandi Maharaj, he gave so much Corona medicines to cure Corona, the herbal remedies. And he has also designed some own medicines like Amrut Dhara and all. By taking the expertise from other Ayurvedic doctors, he designed some medicines. So that is also mercy on the living entities. Once I remember, I was doing parikrama with Srila Gurudev. Srila Gurudev was on the planet and suddenly a viral fever took me over. Then I asked doctors, there was Premlata Didi, who's Gurudev disciple, and I asked her and she told me a long course of antibiotics. I was almost half dead taking the antibiotics. And again, one long 3 week long course someone had prescribed to me. I said, wait a minute, who's going to take these bitter tablets and feel weakness all day, drowsy, and also vomiting sensation? So I talked to Sripad Dandi Maharaj. I said, Maharaj, I'm sick for last couple of days. I was sharing a room with Padmanabh Maharaj that time. Bhaktivedanta Padmanabh Maharaj, Parikrama time. So Maharaj said, very busy. I'll arrange for you. You get the ginger and jaggery and black pepper and lemon. Just boil it, make decoction and drink it. And I started drinking that. And he arranged for me, sending regularly to me, my room. And in no time, I was on my feet. I cannot forget that. I cannot forget. So he knows actually because he has been very expert. And with his knowledge, he has also cured HIV also. When he was in 25 First Avenue. Prabhupada has a temple in 26 Second Avenue, but Sripad Dandi Maharaj has a temple in 25 First Avenue, Lower Manhattan. He built that temple with hard work. So he told me, I cured a case of HIV also, full blown HIV. He said, I cured it. So he knows actually a lot of things he knows, and so that's why this is actually mercy to the Vaishnavas. And also, what to speak of Bhakti and Ekadashi? A lot of people were doing Ekadashi, but they were taking, some were taking sugar, then he stopped our sugar. Then some were taking carrots, he stopped our carrots. Slowly, slowly purified our Ekadashi execution. Uh, so the word Krishnanushilan refers to a prema, love for Krishna, and it is qualified by the word Anukullena. Anukullena means you should try to cultivate love for Krishna, but in a favorable manner. This refers to those things that are favorable to Krishna Prem, namely friendship with the bhaktas, mercy towards the ignorant, neglect of those who are inimical. We should neglect those who are inimical. Even our family members, those who are inimical to Krishna, we should ignore them as much as possible, not associate with them intimately. Or maybe keep only relationship only for the sake of maintaining a relationship, formal relationship, but it should be not very in deep relation, should not be an emotional relationship. These three items are also symptoms of a Madhyam Vaishnava. The second characteristic of a Madhyam Vaishnava is his friendship towards bhaktas, in whose hearts Shuddha Bhakti has appeared and who are submissive to Bhagavan's will. Now let's see that the character of some advanced ISKCON devotees, like Sripad Gauragovind Maharaj, Sripad Bhakti Swarup Damodar Goswami Maharaj, they were completely non-envious and completely free from any mood of politics. They were only interested in Shuddha Bhakti. So they very happily they used to come to Gurudev and meet him. But Gurgan Maharaj also met him once, and Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj, I have seen him at least once or maybe twice coming and seeing Gurudev. Understand? So Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj was a very simple-hearted Vaishnava. His name was actually Dr. Thudam Singh. He was born in the eastern state of Manipur. Manipur is a state which is having the highest population of Vaishnavas. I think the 70 to 80% of the population is Vaishnavas. And the credit goes to Narottam Das Thakur. Like when Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya, and also Shamananda, Dukhi Krishnadas, they're bringing the books of Goswamis for preaching to the eastern region of India, Bengal. One king, dacoit king by name Barahambir, he stole all the books. So Srinivas Acharya took the responsibility of recovering the books, and he told Narottam Das Thakur, please go and write some books in Bengali. He told Shamananda Prabhu also, write some books in Bengali and Odia and preach without. Although we don't have Goswami books now, they all are stolen, but I'll recover them. But until then, don't stop preaching. So, as a stopgap arrangement, Sri Narottam Das Thakur wrote two books, Prarthana and Prem Bhakti Chandrika. And in Prem Bhakti Chandrika and Prarthana, he put the essence of all the Vedas in that. Understand? So, that Manipur, then he preached in Manipur. So Manipur became Vaishnavas. And Dr. Thudam Singh, Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj, was born in that Manipur region. When he was a child, his sister actually he told his sister that I will decorate you with many ornaments. From head to toe, I will decorate you with ornaments. Then Thudam Singh's sister told Thudam Singh that, hey, when you grow up and you get married, you will not decorate me with ornaments from head to toe. You will decorate your wife from head to toe with ornaments. That is what happens to those who are married. They never worry about their sister anymore. They only worry about their wife. And Dr. Thudam Singh told, he was a child, and he said to his sister, I will never get married. Don't worry about it. So, and he followed that. He never got married. And he took sannyas from Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. He took Diksha from him, and I think he took sannyas. And his name became Bhakti Swarup Damodar Goswami Maharaj. Very learned scholar. He was one of the greatest scientists to live. But he was completely spiritual bent of mind. So Manipur, that region, 70 to 80% people are Vaishnavas. Because Narottam Das Thakur preached very strongly there. But why Narottam Das Thakur went there? Loknath Das Goswami once was chanting Harinam in his Bhajan Kutir. And in sitting next to him, next Kutir, Narottam Das Thakur was chanting Harinam. Both were in chanting Harinam in separate Bhajan Kutir, small huts, and one thirsty farmer came in the summer season, hot summer season, to ask for some water. But Loknath Das Goswami was chanting the holy name. He did not give him water or even a rope and bucket to draw the water from a nearby well. But when he insisted to Narottam Das Thakur finally got up and gave him a rope and bucket. So this angered Loknath Das Goswami, and he said, why you want to give up the holy name for doing these philanthropic activities? You better go to your own state and do these philanthropic activities there. And he sent Narottam Das Thakur to West Bengal and nearby Manipur. And because on the pretext of sending him away, he sent a stalwart commander-in-chief of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's army. And Narottam Das Thakur preached in the eastern region of India. Very strong preaching he did. So, Kanishta Bhaktas are not Shuddha Bhaktas fully submissive to Bhagwan. Submissive to Bhagwan's will. Understand? And they do not offer respect or hospitality to Shuddha Bhakta. So we should try to find out who is a Shuddha Bhakta. In an organization which is only interested in money, then that organization apparently cannot give Shuddha Bhakti. But if the leader, it depends. You see, if the leader is a pure devotee, they asked one time Srila Gurudev that, how do we know that any particular institution has a pure devotee? Then Gurudev said, you first look at their leaders. If they are pure devotees, then disciples can be pure devotees. If the leader himself is not a pure devotee, then how can the disciples and grand disciples and followers be the pure devotees? Yatha Raja Tatha Praja. Like the king, like the population, like the subjects. So if king is righteous, then population will also be righteous. Understand? So a lot of times they are not taught how to offer respect or hospitality. For example, an example is given that I have a senior godbrother, like Sripad Dandi Maharaj, and someone has offered me a garland. Someone offered me a garland of Thakurji. Pujari came and he offered me garland of Thakurji. I wore that garland. After Sripad Dandi Maharaj comes, if I take that garland and put it in his neck, what will happen? It will be an offense. Why? He is a senior Vaishnava, more advanced. Who will be the loser? Dandi Maharaj, nothing will happen to him. Although I dishonored him by offering my own worn garland. But I will fall down. Understand? I will fall down. Because I offended a pure Vaishnava. So we have to follow that etiquette. When pure Vaishnavas we are dealing with them, we should offer them proper etiquette. For example, Daksha Prajapati, he did not honor Lord Shiva properly. Shiva is a pure Vaishnava. But did he honor Shiva properly? Rather, he accused Shiva. And as a result, what happened? Daksha had to lose his head and he got the head of a goat. So, this Madhyamadhikari, Kanishtadhikaris don't offer respect to Shuddha Vaishnavas. But Madhyamadhikari will offer respect to Shuddha Vaishnavas. Therefore, the Madhyam and Uttam Bhaktas are the only suitable people with whom to develop intimate friendships. If you are always staying in the company of Kanishtadhikaris, then you yourself will become Kanishtadhikari. You will never rise. If you want to advance, then you have to associate with the right type of devotees, especially those who are in Madhyamadhikari or Uttamadhikari. In 3 successive years, the Bhaktas of Kulinagram asked Sriman Mahaprabhu, what is a Vaishnava and what are the symptoms by which he can be recognized? You see that these are all householder Vaishnavas. Householder Vaishnava or Sannyasi Vaishnava, Brahmachari Vaishnava, Vanaprastha Vaishnava, Vaishnava is a Vaishnava. Mahaprabhu used to respect householders also. He also used to respect sannyasi, brahmachari, but especially householders also he used to show love and affection. Householders are innocent persons and they are very straightforward and they have the mood of service. I have seen many householders, Srila Gurudev also used to say, I have seen many householders and they always serve. Like if you see Gurudev's team or Sripad Reddy Maharaj team, there are so many good householders there. Like in, for example, Houston. In Houston, there is one Bimala Didi. Mhm. And her husband also Sushil Agrawal. And they have a son. And then they have now daughter-in-law, Haripriya Didi. She's also a devotee. So they help Gurudev so much. And they also help start a temple in Houston. And so many other devotees also. Vishnu Prabhu and all. They're good devotees. Understand? So, householders also are very good devotees and they have mood of service and they don't have that false pride of a sannyasi. Understand? I'm a very big sannyasi, I'm a very big brahmachari. Everyone should bow down to me, everyone should respect me. No. So that's why these Vaishnavas used to come. The leader of all these Vaishnavas was another householder by the name Shivananda Sen. The Shivananda Sen was very busy in arranging a trip of all the devotees, taking them to Nilachal, means to Jagannath Puri from Bengal. And Mahaprabhu was very pleased, and Nityananda Prabhu was also very pleased with Shivananda Sen for this seva. Because to collect all the devotees and bring them on a pilgrimage, especially to associate with Bhagavan himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or with pure devotees, is a great task. So Bhagavan is very pleased if we try to encourage other devotees to associate with the pure devotee. So Srila Gurudev always used to say, now parikrama is finished, go back to your country. And don't tell that parikrama time I had this problem, I could not get attached toilet and bathroom. No, don't count the problems, but always glorify the parikrama. Understand? And also try to collect 10 flowers. I want to see this garden full of so many flowers. Flowers means devotees. Each one of you should bring 10 more devotees for Navadvip parikrama. Srila Gurudev used to say. And people may ask that the Navadvip is a small dham, small village. It will be filled if you bring, everyone brings 10 devotees from their country. Navadvip will be filled with devotees. There will be no place to even stand. And Gurudev says, no, that will not be the case. Navadvip dham is elastic. It expands and it contracts. When the need comes to accommodate more people, it will expand. And when the need comes, when the devotees are gone back to their own country, it will shrink also. So it expands, it shrinks. It expands, it shrinks. Understand? So these devotees, they asked one question to Mahaprabhu. What is a Vaishnava? And what are the symptoms by which he can be recognized? How to recognize a Vaishnava? That's $1 million question. How to recognize a Vaishnava? So Sri Mahaprabhu replied by instructing them about Uttam, Madhyam and Kanishta Vaishnavas. Now, according to the characteristics of his description, all three of those classes, as he described them, meet the standards that I had defined for Madhyam and Uttam Vaishnavas. None of them correspond to the Kanishta Bhaktas who are only capable of worshipping the deity form because they do not utter Shuddha Krishna Nam. So the Mahaprabhu said that those who utter the name of Krishna sometimes, or even one time, he is a Kanishta Adhikari. But one who regards the deity of Krishna as not different from the Nam and also gives importance to the deity of Thakurji. And one who always chants holy name is Madhyam Adhikari. And one is so great that by simply looking at him, one exclaims, Hare Krishna. There is Uttam Mahabhagat. Like a lot of people, when they see picture of Gurudev, Shipadandi Maharaj, or Srila Bhakti, Vedant Sai Maharaj, they immediately start chanting Harinam. They continuously chant the holy name. They are so inspired by these Vaishnavas. Uh, so, Uttam Vaishnavas are those, by just looking at them, one will be able to start chanting the holy name of Krishna. So now, according to the characteristics of his description, all three of those classes, as he described them, meet the standards that I have defined for Madhyama and Uttam Vaishnavas. None of them correspond to the Kanishta Bhaktas, who are only capable of worshipping the deity form, because they do not utter Shuddha Krishna Nam. Their chanting is known as Chaya Namavas. Chaya Namavas refers to a semblance of pure name, obscured by ignorance and unearths like the sun covered by clouds, which does not manifest in full brilliance. So Mahaprabhu instructed Madhyamadhikari Grahastha uh, Vaishnavas to serve the three kinds of Vaishnavas, which he described as follows. One whose mouth Krishnanam is heard even once, and one whose mouth Krishnanam is heard constantly, and one whose very sight spontaneously evokes the chanting of Shri Krishna Nam. All these three types of Vaishnavas are worthy of service, but this is not true of one who only utters Namavas and not Shuddha Krishna Nam. Only Vaishnavas who utter Shuddha Nam are worthy of service. We are instructed to serve the Vaishnavas in accordance with their respective levels of advancement. The word Maitri signifies association, conversation, and service. So we should serve the Vaishnavas, but according to their respective levels of advancement. A more advanced Vaishnava, then we should, uh, try to encourage him. So told that we are instructed to serve the Vaishnavas in accordance with their respective levels of advancement. The word Maitri signifies association, conversation, and service. As soon as one sees a pure Vaishnava, one should receive him respectfully, converse with him, and fulfill his needs to us as far as Pradesh. So, one should serve him in all these ways, and one should never envy him. One should not criticize him, even by accident or disrespect him, if his appearance is unattractive, if he has some disease. So we should serve the Vaishnavas, but according to their levels of advancement. The word Maitri signifies association, conversation, and verse. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here today. This is page number 170, last paragraph. And next time we'll carry from here. If anyone has any comments or questions, please ask me. Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Dandana Pranams Maharaj.
Dhanavad.
I have a question about Diksha and Diksha Gurus and Jagat Guru. What are the differences between the different gurus?
Actually, Jagat Guru is someone who is the spiritual master of the whole world, like Brahma or Narad Muni. They are Jagat Guru. And and Diksha Guru is one who gives you mantra. He gives you a relationship. What is relationship? For example, your mother is very sick. You may spend a lot of money on your mother. But if someone else's mother is sick, you may not spend much money on that person. Um, so it means that you have a relationship with one particular woman and you regard her as mother and she regards you as her daughter. So that's why you spend money on that person who's related to you as a mother. Understand? This is called relationship. So now Krishna may or may not accept our worship if you are not initiated. So we have to find a bona fide spiritual master and learn this science of Krishna consciousness from that spiritual master and worship him every day. So whatever shortcomings we have, in he will next lifetime or next to next lifetime will help us. Understand? So we should try to always carefully uh, hear the message of our Gurudev or Shripada Dandi Maharaj and also try to practice that recording, that message, whatever message he has given. We should try to practice to that. We should try to follow that. So just like Madhvacharya, he worshipped the Nartak Gopal deity. So Tukaram also in his village he worshipped Rukmani Vitthal deity like this. So deity worship, like Vibhishan was worshipping Lord Balaji. He brought Balaji there. So he brought Ranganath Swami there in Srirangam. So we should always try to serve the Vaishnavas. We should always try to serve Bhagavan. We should not be envious. We should try to serve Vaishnavas properly. And Diksha Guru, he gives us this relationship. And Diksha Guru can also act as Shiksha Guru. Shiksha Guru is the one who gives instructions about bhakti. Mainly he gives instructions. Diksha Guru may or may not give the instructions. But Shiksha Guru will certainly give the instructions how to advance in bhakti. Step by step, he will help you advance in bhakti. Understand? So, we do need a spiritual master who will help us understand Krishna Tattva, Nam Tattva, Bhakti Tattva. And that is his mercy upon us. That's why this particular book, uh, um, we should try to hold it in our neck. We should try to keep it here in the neck. Means always try to remember these things completely. So there are some scriptures which if we study them properly and meditate on their meanings all the time, then we are guaranteed to achieve success in life. Understand? So it is very important to take Diksha because by Diksha's relationship with Krishna is achieved. And then under the guidance of that spiritual master, Diksha Guru, we should try to do bhajan. But sometimes the spiritual master cannot give guidance because he's becoming too old. He's exhibiting the pastime of being too old. Or there is a danger of some person attacking with martial arts and other things, unnecessarily harassing our spiritual master. Then we should try to also protest that. So it is important that person who wants good health, good hygiene, then he should. Um, so we should always try to cleanse our heart by chanting the Diksha mantras. Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru are non different. Diksha Guru is the form of Krishna. Diksha Guru ke jane Krishna Swarup, Roop, and Shiksha Guru ke jane Krishna Swarup. Krishna's form and Krishna's nature, they are non different. So Guru is also one. But at the same time, you cannot have many Diksha Gurus. You have to have only one Diksha Guru who will explain the meanings of all mantras to you. And then we should try to follow his advice. But sometimes it may happen that the Diksha Guru is very busy. Then in that case, we should try to search a Shiksha Guru who is very favorable to Diksha Guru, and he will give us the knowledge of this relationship and other things nicely. So Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru, they cannot replace each other. Understand? Diksha Guru has his own function, Shiksha Guru has his own function. But sometimes uh, it may be merged. Means it may sometimes happen that um, they decide that entire book commentary should be written again. Understand? So so Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru, they are actually one. Like for example, I'll give an example that Srila Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj. He was Diksha Guru to many Vaishnavas. Uh, and he initiated many disciples. Srila Gurudev did not initiate many disciples in the beginning. Later on, he initiated, but in the beginning, he used to send all the disciples to Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj. But all the disciples of Srila Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj regarded Srila Gurudev as Shiksha Guru. They used to say that we are taking initiation from Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj because they are telling us. But we will certainly also like to hear your Harikatha. So in this way, Diksha Guru sometimes may act as Shiksha Guru also. Someone may have the same Diksha Guru and same Shiksha Guru. Means Diksha Guru is able to give mantras, he is very pure in the heart, and also he can explain the mantras also. The meanings of the mantra, relationship. So Diksha Guru is acting as Shiksha Guru. Uh, Sometimes Diksha Guru may be much higher, sometimes Shiksha Guru may be higher, sometimes both may be equal. Like for example, Srila Gurudev, his Diksha Guru was Nitya Labharishtam Vishnu Shishan Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. But he had many Shiksha Gurus. He regarded Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Madhav Goswami Maharaj, and so many other Maharajas he respected as Shiksha Gurus. Understand? So as such, actually, Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru both can help us. But suppose we see that our Diksha Guru cannot help us, then we should try to approach a high class Shiksha Guru. Understand? For example, Bipin Bihari Goswami was Diksha Guru of our Bhaktivinoda Thakur. But then he accepted the shutter of Shiksha Guru, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, uh, in order to advance on the path of Bhakti. So, we should accept a Diksha Guru, and if you already have a Diksha Guru, then we should try to take Shiksha from him, take instructions from him. This will be very beneficial for you. But suppose he's too busy, then you can approach someone in his mood, and you should ask permission from that particular Vaishnava that he should guide us. Because our Diksha Guru is not present, he is traveling somewhere. So we can approach some other Shiksha Guru also, or one who gives us instructions about how to live a life. So, in simple language. So this is important. Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru. And then Jagat Guru is actually, uh, that is Narayan. So, he is the Jagat Guru, or Vyasadeva is Jagat Guru, because he is the Guru to the whole world. So, Jagat Guru means actually the ruler of the whole planet. Okay. Hare Krishna. I hope this answers the question. And I also try to send you more instruction, Nicole Didi, and so you can make progress and visit India. And India is a great land, because we may have something. Many times, actually, India is a great land of knowledge. Many times I read newspapers, I study research papers, and I see that they refer always to the advancement in Ayurveda. They always refer to. I didn't know about Ayurveda so much. Means I had heard about Ayurveda from my childhood. Did practice little Ayurveda, but mainly allopathy. I thought only way to become cured is allopathy. But then, I came to know Sripad Dandi Maharaj, staying with Sripad Dandi Maharaj. So much he knowledge about Ayurveda, medicines, so many things he told, and it was Gandhiji also. You see, Gandhiji wanted, naturopathy. He supported naturopathy, Gandhiji, because he knew India is a poor country, and everyone may not have access to the sophisticated hospitals or dental clinics and all. They may not have access to that, to those things. So there is a need again, to propagate this naturopathy, homeopathy, and Ayurveda, these pathis, and especially Harina. Like Srila Anirudh Prabhuji always tells us that how people were cured by chanting the holy name. Someone had cancer, that person was cured of cancer by chanting the holy name. Someone did not have children, they begot children. Some people were having this problem, that problem. They became free from so many problems by chanting the holy name. So holy name also has power in it. So a holy name itself is medicine. That is also told. Kula Shekar Alvar also said, Idam shariram parinam apeshalam patantyavashyam shatasandhi jarjaram kim aushadam pruchasi mooda durmate niramayam krishna rasayanam piva. This body will have arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis and rheumatism and whatnot. Sometimes all the joints are paining. Sometimes all the joints are paining. Sometimes the vata dosha, vata, kapha and pitta. These three doshas are there in the body. What you can do? What medicine you can take? You take only one medicine, Harinam medicine. Like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada tells a story that once what happened that a doctor was there, an expert doctor, and one patient used to come to him every day. Doctor, I have a headache today. Then doctor used to say, take this medicine. Then he used to say, I have a backache today. Okay, doctor said, take this medicine. Then I have earache today. Then he gives me medicine for earache. Then he says, my eyes are hurting. He gives me medicine for eyes. Then he used to say, I have some sneezing problem, allergy. Then doctor used to give him medicine. So every other day, every 10 days used to come with different disease. Finally, doctor got tired. And then doctor, what he did, he he said, today I'm going to give very strong medicine. And he collected little powder of potassium cyanide and he packed it up and give it to him. He said, take this little powder, we just put water, you'll be okay. You'll never have any problem. He went home and he took little bit, whatever was given to him and it died. After death, can there be any problem? So when we go to spiritual master, uh, when we go to spiritual master, Gurudev, I have this problem. Gurudev, I have problem with my wife. I have problem with my husband. I have problem with my children. I have problem with my job. I have problem with my country. I have problem with the neighbor. I have problem with the neighbor's dog. Then Gurudev finally will tell that your problems will never end. I am going to give you very strong medicine. That medicine is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. That's all. That medicine Gurudev will give to us. Understand? So one who gives us this mantra, Hare Krishna mantra and Gopal mantra. But actually in the scriptures also it is told that when you take Hare Krishna mantra, after that you have to take Gopal mantra. Means before taking Gopal mantra, you have to take Hare Krishna mantra. Otherwise you cannot accept the Diksha and Gopal mantra. So first always comes Hare Krishna mantra. So so we should try to understand this. What is Diksha Guru? For example, my Diksha Guru is Vidyala Purishna Vishnu Pashishan Bhaktinatha Narayan Goswami. But my Shiksha Guru is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Understand? He is my Shiksha Guru. Sripad Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj is also my Shiksha Guru. So if you consider impartially who is superior and who is inferior, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is superior or my Gurudev is superior? Certainly Bhaktivinoda Thakur is much more advanced than my Guru. Understand? Obviously. Or Rupa Goswami is also my Shiksha Guru. Rupa Goswami is written Padyavali and Ujjwal Leelamani in his books. So who is more advanced? My Gurudev is more advanced, or Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj is more advanced, or Rupa Goswami is more advanced. Obviously, Rupa Goswami is most advanced. He is the most advanced Vaishnava for us. We are Rupananga Vaishnavas. All Vaishnavas are trying to follow in Rupa Goswami's line. Understand? But suppose my Shiksha Guru is Sripad Dandi Maharaj, then he is obviously less advanced than my Guru, because he is a disciple of my Diksha. Understand? So sometimes Diksha Guru may be superior than Shiksha Guru may be superior than Diksha Guru, and sometimes he may be equal, or sometimes maybe little less also. No harm. Understand? Depending on the case. For example, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he is my Shiksha Guru. But he took sannyas from Srila Bhakti Rakshak Shridhar Maharaj. Understand? So who's more advanced? More advanced. Understand? Then he took sannyas from Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. So if he took sannyas from Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, he became a Shiksha Guru. So who's more advanced? Understand? So Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj must be more advanced than Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. Understand? But although we can say like this, but we should know that all are in one party. They all are Satchidananda mind. They all are embodiment of knowledge, bliss and eternity. This particular gradation is given to us, but we should know that we have to respect all the Vaishnavas. But we should respect as per their qualification. We cannot we cannot treat all the Vaishnavas the same. Understand? That For example, Diksha Guru obviously, and the problem with Diksha Guru is that Diksha Guru may be very advanced, very advanced, but you cannot be too intimate with him. And there are certain questions like, for example, there is a brahmachari. Srila Gurudev gives an example. There is a brahmachari and he likes a particular girl. Okay. Now, brahmachari is not supposed to like any girl. Okay. He should regard all the girls as his sisters. But somehow he is attracted to any particular girl, then he cannot go to his Gurudev. Gurudev, I like that girl. Please tell me what to do now. Shall I get married to her or shall I forget? He will not dare to go to his Diksha Guru. He will be afraid because there is a mood of awe and reverence. So what he will do, he will approach a Shiksha Guru. Understand? And he will tell him that, Prabhu, actually I am having a liking for that girl, but I know that I am in saffron. I should not be having a liking for that girl. Then that particular Shiksha Guru will tell him that, my dear brother, actually, don't worry about it. You have been married millions and billions of lifetimes. That didn't satisfy you. Now, this particular lifetime is meant for serving Krishna. Why not pay full attention to Krishna and service to your Diksha Guru and chant Harinam? Slowly, slowly, you can overpower this attraction and you can engage and become a good devotee of Krishna. So, he will tell like that. Suppose there is a girl. She is going to get married next month. Her engagement is done and she wants to know how to serve her prospective husband. What she will do? And she will not be able to ask her father, oh, my dear father, please tell me, how will I serve my husband when I get married? She will feel very shy because she has a mood of awe and reverence for the father. She respects her father too much. So she cannot ask this question, uh, although important, but she cannot ask her father. But she may have some bosom friend, classmate who got married before her, maybe 6 months or 1 year before. Then she will have a classmate or friend, bosom friend, and she may ask her that, hey, you got married, right? So you know how to serve the husband. Please tell me the tips how to serve the husband and how to keep him satisfied. Then her married friend can tell her that, oh, you serve like this and this will please your husband very much. This is called Shiksha Guru. Shiksha Guru will be able to answer our questions. More easily than Diksha. Sometimes we may hesitate to go to Diksha. Understand? So Srila Gurudev gives these two examples. And there are a lot of disciples of Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj and also Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj. Actually, Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj, before he left the world, he told his disciples that please, when they asked him, when you disappear, where we should go? Then he told that you go to my Guru Maharaj. And then more or less everyone, not everyone, but more or less all the important devotees came to Gurudev took his shelter. Like Ashram Maharaj, Krishna Bhajan Prabhu, Ashram Maharaj, they all came. Muni Maharaj, they all Gorgon Maharaj disciples. But they took sannyas from Gurudev or they took instructions from Gurudev, like that. Understand? Obviously, you must have a Shiksha Guru. Like, for example, Srila my Gurudev disappeared in the year 2010. And that time I was not very mature because it was only like 8 years I had taken initiation and my Gurudev disappeared. But then I was wondering what to do with my life now. What to do, how will I make progress? Then I found Shripad Dandi Maharaj. Even now, if I suppose a question comes to me, what to do, what not to do, who will I ask? I must ask some senior Vaishnava, like some Shiksha Guru. So you always need a Shiksha Guru to ask these questions. Because now Diksha Guru has entered Nitya Leela. Doubt may arise in your heart. What to do? Then you can consult your Shiksha Guru. And also, there was a relationship, like such an intimate relationship between Bhakti Pragya and Keshav Goswami Maharaj disciples. Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj and Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Goswami Maharaj were senior to Gurudev. And Gurudev used to regard them as Shiksha Guru. And Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj used to give so much respect to Gurudev, although he was junior. And Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Maharaj also used to give so much respect to Gurudev, although he was senior. And sometimes they used to do Dandot Pranam to each other. And Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami was also, before initiating disciples, used to say that, oh, I am going to do this, but please give me permission to initiate disciples. This is the order of my Gurudev, so I am doing this. So you see that they had so much intimacy. So Gurudev used to regard them as Shiksha Gurus, although they were his godbrothers. Gurudev said they encouraged me Like for example, if Gurudev would have any doubt what to do, how to preach, who will he ask? Who will he ask? He used to write a letter to Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Goswami Maharaj and he used to write a letter to Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj. But Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj was very busy and his health was also not good. But Gurudev would suddenly get a reply from Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Goswami Maharaj. And he used to encourage him. You write books. And then he used to tell that you did what we could not do. You you preached the mission of our Gurudev Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj all over the world. You did what we could not do. He used to tell, I would remember a lecture when he gave on the opening of Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math. And he told that Vrinda Devi, actually Muslims were attacking Vrindavan. So that time all the deities from Vrindavan were taken to Jaipur in bullock cart. So Vrinda Devi deity was also being taken in bullock cart towards Jaipur. But Vrinda Devi refused to leave Brajamandal and she settled in Kamyavan. And even today you will see that the deity of Vrinda Devi in Kamyavan. Gangeya Champeya Tadit Vinindi Rochi Pravaha Snapita Pavrande. Her body luster is reddish in color. So that Vrinda Devi had left Vrindavan. But then Srila Gurudev again installed the deity of Vrindavan in Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math in Seva Kunja. Thus he brought Vrinda Devi back to Vrindavan. So Srila Bhakti Vedanta Trivikram Maharaj used to say that we could not do this, but our Gurudev did that. He used to very much appreciate his work. He said there was a desire of Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj that there should be a temple in Seva Kunj, and Srila Gurudev did that. So he used to always shower his blessings on Srila Gurudev, and Srila Gurudev also used to respect him so much. Like Sripad Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj, there was so much desire of Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, to establish a mutt in South India. But the Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti or Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti's any branch was not there in South India. But Sripad Dandi Maharaj first mutt he created for Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti Trust in South India. Srila Gurudev came there and Gurudev was very pleased. He looked at every single flower bearing tree and he said, you take nice care of these trees. They're also devotees. And he announced that this Bangalore Math will be one day an ashrama full of devotees. It will be like an Vasishtha or Vishwamitra Rishi's ashram, full of many cows, Vaishnavas, children. And that is happening now. Hundreds of devotees come there. Businessmen come there. They get inspiration from Sripad Dandi Maharaj. They start following Ekadashi. They serve Gomata. They take darshan of the deity. If anyone would have told me in year 2005 or 2006 that there will be huge building there, there will be temple there, many cows will be there, because when I was there 2005 or 2006 in the beginning, we had only one cow which we had got from Namdari Seeds, one Sikh company which was selling the seeds. And there was a Punjabi cow, but I think that cow died. Then somehow other one or two cows we started. Now there are 300 cows there. It's a big operation, understand? So much Go Seva is going on there. One wonderful place. Actually, you see that the power of the cows. I was seeing a video on YouTube. There was actually one wrestler in India. I will give the link also. That wrestler, he regards cow as the mother. He doesn't take any food. He doesn't eat any food at all. He doesn't take grains or anything. He only takes Gavya product. Gavya means products that come from cow, like milk, yogurt, butter, like this. Gomutra and cow dung like this. And he has 5 Guinness Book of World Records in his name. Maximum number of push-ups in a given amount of time. 5 Guinness Book of World Records. I was stunned by how much power the cows have. Their milk has. That's why Srila Bhaktivedanta Sai Maharaj used to call him liquid religion. Liquid religion. Our body has so much copper. When you drink cow urine, it becomes cold. So you see that this is that's why so much importance. Krushi Goraksha Manijam Vashya Karo Samam. All the businessmen, they were told that you maintain cows. Very happily you can maintain cows. And the cows will also keep you happy. Understand? So we should always know that the current of bhakti will become contaminated if we only have Jagat Guruvad. That is what happened in Christianity. In Christianity, Lord Jesus Christ was accepted as Jagat Guru, or in Islam, Muhammad was accepted as Jagat Guru. But because there were no Diksha Gurus and no Shiksha Gurus, then Islam and Christianity became so contaminated. Uh, so contaminated. No one could understand what Jesus was telling. In Bible, it is clearly told, "Thou shalt not kill." Understand? But are they the biggest butcher houses and slaughter houses are opened by Christians only? Uh, So because this is Jagat Guru God, understand? That there should be no Guru, only Jagat Guru will follow. So then that will not work. You have to must have disciplined succession where the knowledge is transmitted. Hmm. Because so many devotees after our Gurudev disappeared from this world, or Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami disappeared from this world. If there would not have been any Gurudev, we never got a chance to see Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami or Srila Bhaktivedanta Sai Maharaj. Then we were working in America. Who would have given us the knowledge if Gurudev would not have taken that job? Or if Sripad Dandi Maharaj would not have taken that responsibility after Gurudev's disappearance? Until Gurudev was on the planet, he did not initiate. If he would not have taken that responsibility, then so many people would have been deprived of the transcendental knowledge, transcendental connection to the Guru Parampara. Understand? For example, there is a small LED bulb which is lighting on, say, 6 volts, 8 volts, and you connect it to the main supply, which is like 440 volts or 220 volts. Yeah. If you connect it to the main lines, which is 11,000 volt, the bulb which is going to light up on 240 volts or 120 volts, as in America 120 volts, in India 240 volts. But you connect that small bulb to what? A big electric transmission line. What will happen? That bulb will become fused. Understand? The fuse will blow, burst. So Krishna is like the huge powerhouse, high voltage electricity transmission line. You cannot directly connect, and we are like a small LED bulb. We cannot directly connect to Krishna. But there is also, then what they do, they have a step down transformer. In the primary coil, there is high voltage, and in secondary coil by induction, they reduce the voltage. And in this way, you can connect the small bulb to the secondary coil and it will light up properly. It will not burst. It will not blow up. So Guru is like that transformer, step down transformer. Understand? Who will adjust the voltage for us. We cannot have direct connection with Krishna. Or in Jayadakyan Samhita, it is told that, for example, there is water. Guru is like water, and we are like a lotus. Lotus must be situated in water. Otherwise, it will not bloom, it will only wither. Simply, sun rays will not help the lotus. We know that the lotus will close in the night and open in the morning when the sun rays come. So, sun rays are also important. But will the lotus bloom if there is no water? Then the lotus would dry up. So, we are compared to the lotus. Krishna is compared to the sun, and Guru is compared to the water. Understand? So, we need both. We need Guru's mercy and Krishna's mercy. But Krishna's mercy is dependent on Guru's mercy. First comes Guru's mercy. Then Vaishnavir Avedane Krishna Dayamay. Yena Pramarapati Havena Sat. Why should Krishna show mercy to you? He has so many people crying for mercy. Why you should give topmost priority? But when Gurudev and pure Vaishnavas plead on our behalf that, look, this devotee is suffering so much, please help him, then Krishna will help us. There is a recommendation is required. Understand? Recommendation. That only works. Spiritual world also there is a consideration for recommendation. If someone will recommend, then Krishna will go give mercy. Someone has to recommend your name. Maybe Yashoda Maya, maybe Rup Manjari, maybe Radhika, maybe Lalita, maybe Vishaka, or maybe Gurudev, or Sripad Dandi Maharaj, Sripad Anirudh Prabhuji. Someone who is very dear to Krishna must recommend your name. Then Krishna will be very pleased with you. Immediately he will give mercy. But otherwise, it will take a very long time. If we try to deal with Krishna directly, it will take a very long time. Or with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it will take a very, very long time. Because they are not as merciful. Their devotees are far more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are many examples like this. So, the devotees of Krishna are more merciful than Krishna. That's why Krishna himself told, Mad Bhakta Pujya Vidika. You serve me, Krishna is telling, but he says, you worship my devotees more. And scriptures also tell, Prathamam tu Gurum Pujyam. If you don't worship Guru first, Krishna will not accept your worship. Mad Bhakta Pujya Vidika. Siddhir Bhavati Vaneti Samshaya Achyuta Sevina Nishchastu Tad Bhakta Paricharya Ratatmana. You may or may not get perfection if you serve Krishna. But if you serve the devotees of Krishna, you'll certainly guaranteed a perfection. Understand? Like many people come to Tirupati. But Tirupati Balaji, they go and see Tirupati Balaji. But will Tirupati Balaji come to them and twist their ear like this and slap them and say, why you are not doing Ekadashi? Why you ate grains on last Ekadashi? You have no shame? Tirupati Balaji will not do that. He is passive. Scriptures will also not come and slap you. But Guru may come and slap you. Hey, why you are eating grains today? Today is Ekadashi. Stop that. And he may also chastise you and may even slap you. Guru may do that because he is worried about you. Krishna is for the whole world, but Guru is for you. Understand? So Guru will chastise you. And you should not think, oh, my Guru was yesterday so nice, he was so sweetly speaking. Today what happened to him? No, I am now packing up and going back to my home. I don't want to stay with Gurudev. He's angry. No. Gurudev is angry is for your betterment. If Gurudev is praising you, he's actually cheating you. But he's actually chastising you. He's showing you the real mercy. Understand? Real mercy is chastisement of Guru. If we can tolerate that, if we can tolerate the chastisement of our Guru Maharaj, then we will come out in this exam with flying colors. So much mercy will come to us. That's why we should be ready. Everything about Gurudev is chastisement, is mercy, his instructions also mercy. Guru is completely like sugar candy. Sugar candy, if you fashion a fruit or even a bitter gourd from sugar candy, melt sugar candy and make a bitter gourd out of it, that bitter gourd will not be bitter. It will be only sweet because it is made fashioned from melting sugar candy. The shape is like a bitter gourd, but actually it is made of sugar candy. So Guru is only inside, outside is all made of mercy. He is the eternal well-wisher, ever well-wisher. And he knows and he loves us more than we love ourselves. And he knows us better than we know ourselves. You don't know what you are. But Guru knows exactly what's going on in your heart. And he can look at your face and he can figure out millions and millions of births what you have done. He can look at that, understand that. He can figure out, just look at your face and he can figure out where you have come from, what you have been doing in so many innumerable lifetimes. He can figure out in a moment. Guru Tattva is not ordinary. He knows everything about it. Understand? And he has come for you. He has taken responsibility for you. I will deliver this disciple. Understand? So that is the contract. That is initiation. Initiation is very serious. Accepting disciples is not an easy job. Understand? You have to take the responsibility for their deliverance. You have to take the responsibility of that. They will land in Golok Vrindavan. They will be accepted in the entourage of Sri Krishna. Till then, the responsibility of Guru is not finished. What type of compassion Guru must have? Understand? That's why you see that Srila Gurudev also told us, all of us, that Diksha is a very difficult task. Only those who sannyasis feel qualified, they should give Diksha. And those who are not feeling so qualified or they are feeling weak, they should delegate that task to other senior Vaishnavas who are very capable and strong. Understand? Because accepting disciples is a very big thing. You have to take complete responsibility. And if you are not a pure devotee, you will have to take all his karma also. And you have to suffer for his bad karma. But if you are a pure devotee and you accept that disciple, you will burn all the sins of that disciples. Just like the fire burns all the good and bad things. So like that, a pure guru, whose pure devotee will burn all the sins of the disciples, whose responsibility has taken. Understand? So, Hare Krishna. Vanchakal Patruvesha Kripa Sindhu Vecha Patkanam Pavane Vishnu. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Any more questions? Hare Krishna. Thank you, Didi. It was a good question. You are very intelligent. You are a physics student, so you are very intelligent. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. All actually who are actually attending classes here, they all are not ordinary persons. All of you are very special, because you are living in the Western world also. You are propagating the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And for maybe Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given you this special opportunity. And you are, certainly very dear to him. One in Manushyanam Sahastreshu Kaschit Atati Siddhai Yatatamaki Siddhanam Kaschinmam Veti Tatvata. Out of thousands and thousands of men, one endeavors for perfection, Bhagavad Gita says. It is very rare to find a Vaishnava. Understand? That actually when your forefathers, they must be dancing, raising their hands, they must be dancing in Pitruloka, in the abode of forefathers. Oh, such a wonderful son or daughter, some great granddaughter or grandson has born in my dynasty. This particular granddaughter, this particular grandson is going to deliver me. Unlimited number of forefathers are delivered if you practice bhakti properly. So don't give up this path of bhakti. I know in Western world it's full of challenges. It's a materialistic civilization. But then it's Krishna consciousness is nothing but a war against materialistic civilization. A person who has opened millions of hospitals and done so much philanthropy, and one person has only took a bell in his hand and is ringing in the temple, ting, 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 in front of Krishna or Tulsi, who has more pious merit. One who is ringing bell in front of Krishna is more pious merit and bhakti and punya than opening billions and billions of hospitals. The material compassion, the material philanthropy, charity, magnanimity is not comparable to the spiritual dealings. Understand? Bhakti is so powerful. Even little bit of execution of bhakti, even ringing a bell, a small child, 3 or 4-year-old child, taking a bell and ringing in front of Krishna. Oh, he has more pious merit than one who has opened billions of hospitals, spending billions of dollars with super specialty treatment for poor people, free of charge. No, that is not equal. Understand? Panga of bhakti is always more powerful than all philanthropy. Understand? So the devotees are the most beneficent persons. Understand? That's why I say Vaishnavosi Maharaja Bhaktya Bhagavatam Nranam Vaishnavam Yan Mama Mahaguryam Tadvatam Tam Vishama. Actually, everywhere Vaishnav. Haribhakti Vilas will see that everywhere the description of Vaishnav is there. Ambarish, Prahlad, Narada, Parashara, Pundarika, Vyasam, Borish, Shaunaka, Vishmatalvya, Rukman, Godatta, BV Vishnu, Falgunadin, Punyani Nam, Tara Bhagavatam Namami. The day should begin by uttering the names of Vaishnavas, Guru Parampara. More we utter the names of Vaishnavas. One who prays to the Vaishnavas is superior than who prays to Krishna. One who prays to the Vaishnavas will develop more quickly bhakti. Understand? Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much. And thank you, dear devotees. Is there any more questions? Okay, so there's no more questions, Maharaj. Thank you again so much, and thank you, dear devotees. So we'll go on to Jaidiwan. Mohan.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Radha Vinod Bihari Ji ki jai. Om Vishnu Para Stotra Shri Srimad Bhaktivinoda Vishnu Deti Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Om Vishnu Para Stotra Tata श्रीमद् भक्ति नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय।
जय जय
नितिल प्रविष्ट विष्णु पार स्तोत्र श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज की। नितिल प्रविष्ट विष्णु पार स्तोत्र शत श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की। नितिल प्रविष्ट विष्णु पार स्तोत्र श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज की जय। नितिल प्रविष्ट विष्णु पार स्तोत्र श्रीमद् भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितिल प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णु पार स्तोत्र श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। नितिल प्रविष्ट भगवत श्री गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। नितिल प्रविष्ट श्री नंदा भक्ति ठाकुर की जय। नितिल प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। श्री गौदिया वेदांत आचार्य श्री श्री बलदेव विद्याभूषण प्रभु की जय। श्री विष्णु चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय। श्री नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्याम प्रभु त्राय की जय। श्री कृष्ण कवरेज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री रूप सनातन बात रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल बात दास रघुनाथ सद गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंद श्री गौर प्रसाद विंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कौर श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसती गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। शांतादीप मायापुर हेमंतदीप गोधूमदीप मध्यदीप कौलादीप ऋतुदीप जानुदीप मोदक द्रुमदीप रुदतीप पद्मकार श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपाल गोवर्धन द्वादश वनत प्रकाश श्री व्रज मंदिर की जय। श्री राधकुंड श्याम कुंड गंगा यमुना तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय। श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय। श्री पौर्णमासी योगमाय की जय। श्री गोपीश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र जीव की जय। श्री धर्मेंद्र की जय। सर्व विघ्न विनाशकारी श्री नरसिंहदेव की जय। भक्त प्रभार श्री प्रहलाद महाराज के चार धाम की जय। चार संप्रदाय की जय। चार आचार्य की जय। अकर महाराज चैतन्य मात की जय। श्री श्री केशव जी गौड़िया मात ओतक मात समा की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद भागवतम की जय। श्री जयवदाम की जय। श्री नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। सामगाद भक्त वृंद की जय। सिंध गौर प्रेम हरि हरि
वंदे हरि हरि बोल। शनन मोहन प्रभु जी की जय। समस्त वैष्णव वृंद की जय। थैंक यू सो मच। हरे कृष्णा हरे
श्रीपाद भक्ति वेदांत विष्णु देव महाराज की जय। धन्यवाद
शाखा दीदी की जय।
Thank you for joining today, and we'll see you all on Friday for Chaitanya Charitamrita class with Shripad Bhakti Vedanta Vishnu Dev. Thank you. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Cha
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। दंडवत प्रणाम। हरे कृष्णा
Krishna Dev Chaitanya.
दंडवत। थैंक यू सो मच। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे दंडवत।